Okay, absolutely amazing. Nick Dutch back again. Probably looking incredibly tired. Definitely feeling incredibly tired. Came back from my Pilates class, had myself a shower, and I'll be going to bed very shortly. And there was just like one suggestion that was made in the comment section of one of my previous videos, earlier videos, recent videos of this particular moment of obsession I've got with talking to myself with a piece of plastic and metal and electronics in my hand, namely the camera, that it would be a good idea by way of some sort of like present for everybody out there for me to do another kind of path working with you. Now, when I was going through my little pagan phase, so to speak, and I was trying to understand all about magic and the supernatural and witchcraft and everything else like that, we were we were told about this thing called a path working exercise. It was mentioned in various books at the time, and I don't know whether people still use the phrase because like the language has changed an awful lot. People's like views and all the lexicon within the supernatural world has changed a lot. But a path working exercise is like a meditative exercise in which you visualize yourself going through a few experiences for spiritual purposes, religious purposes, self-developmental purposes, to try and develop a connection with your body and your mind and all that kind of stuff. There's numerous different accents that it's given to, but I'm going to give it that's given to it, yeah. But I'm going to give it one accent today, and that is astral projection. As I mentioned in my last video, you definitely can't get a full-blown total bodily exteriorization of your spirit from just like trying one particular exercise once. So if you think this particular little talk through I'm going to give you is going to give you the experience, you'll be pretty disappointed, to be quite frank. As I've already said, the textbook which I admire is The Projection of the Astral Body by Sylvan Muldoon and Harewood Carrington. And I do admire it, and I do see it as a complete work of art. And the honesty that's in it, the clarity, the objectivity, it is a work of art. You might think it's quite badly written, but I'm telling you that book is true, and the phenomenon it talks about is true, and the way in which it expresses the phenomena is true. And I can tell you that on the basis of personal, direct experience, because the proof of the pudding is definitely in the eating. Get that book, live by it, read it, study it, be obsessed by it for at least 2 years, and do what it says. Having said that, I will start with this little talk through. And you can use this in 2 different ways. Number one, you can listen to what I say and try and use what I say in this recording, or some of the ideas in it, in your various different visualizations, meditations, and all the rest of that. Especially when you're going to bed, because you do your projections when you're lying in bed and going to sleep on your right-hand side or sleeping on your back. Or you can just listen to me and just drift off, listening to my delightfully hypnotic voice. So here we go. Are you lying comfortably? Make a note as to what the number of minutes and seconds that the video is at, like right now, so you can go back to it if you want. You're lying down. You're relaxed. You consciously try and let go, relax the various different muscle groups in your body, starting with the top of your head, going down to your face, then your neck and your shoulders, your upper arms, your lower arms, and your hands and your fingers. Then the same again for your chest, your abdomen, your pelvic region, your thighs, your lower leg, your feet and your toes. Breathe comfortably. Don't force it. Your eyes are closed. You have nothing to worry about, nothing to be afraid of. You try and conjure up in your mind's eye the sensation of floating on an airbed on some still but gently undulating, rippling water. That feeling of slight weightlessness, gently rippling, maybe gently swaying. Maybe gently swaying with your head being the center of the arc of movements, your legs moving a little to the left and a little to the right, just by a few inches or a few millimeters. Feel the undulations, feel the relaxation. You can still sense your connection of your body to your bed, but you feel the relaxing, the floating, the gentle, gentle floating sensation. You bring your attention now to the back of your head, to the top of your neck, back of your head, roughly speaking. And you try and feel your pulse being at about that area. Sense it. Feel your circulation, your heart beating. Don't concentrate on it intensely. Be aware of it. Just aware. Now you try and develop a new sensation inside yourself. You conjure it up in your imagination and in your mind. A mildly, gently, softly exhilarating experience. That of moving upwards. As if you're lying on your imaginary airbed in a pool of water at the bottom of an elevator, a silent elevator, which is moving upwards slowly, much slower than a standard elevator would go, bit by bit, moment by moment. The state of mind, it feels, for want of a better word, open, tranquil, calmly excited. And you rise up, upward, 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 still being aware of the feeling of your pulse at the back of your head. Upward, upward, upward. Maybe the movement of your legs and your body will seem a little more exaggerated now. Maybe it won't. There'll be some part of you which is saying, I'm not comfortable with this. But learn to relax, learn to let go. The feeling is letting go, and letting go. Focusing on the rising, the moving upwards, tranquil, calm, open, celestial, floating. The rippling sensation may increase, but it's the opening, the opening, the opening. The feeling of opening seems to happen also, maybe in your forehead, in your third eye area. Upward, upward, upward. Now you start to conjure a new emotion, a new feeling, the feeling of another form of movement. As if you were moving horizontally. Your dream body moving. As if to stand on an open space of floor within your bedroom. Many, many feet from your bed. There has to be distance there. You feel the sliding of your body through the air. It's gently sliding. Still floating, but sliding. Sliding across, inch by inch, foot by foot. At whatever speed is comfortable for you to visualize it. Slide, slide, move. Focus on the movement. Across, horizontal, You're aware of where that region is in your bedroom floor, roughly speaking. Think about it. In your mind's eye, tell yourself, that's where I want to appear. That's where I want to become conscious. That's where I want to be. You can now feel a different sensation. Slowly, you're moving from a horizontal position to a vertical one, and your feet moving slowly downwards to the floor, hinging your body upwards to an upright position to stand on that space in your room. It's a slow movement, slow, gentle, floating, floating. And you find yourself standing there. You try and become more aware of your surroundings. Everywhere is illuminated by a blue and white light. There are no shadows. Now you think about drifting out of your bedroom door and into the hallway. And there you can start your journey.